is DOS. I want to remind you that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this struggle with Radio Biafra, London. When he started back in 2011, when he came online, hitting the airwave, speaking to the whole world about this movement, there was no DOS. What I'm going to tell you this morning is what we convince you that the person speaking to you is deeply rooted and knows how the struggle was, structured. Because some people are on Facebook talking because it's free. They are in their country where they are. They have free network, so they come and talk rubbish. I am going to give warning to all of you this morning, this afternoon, or this night, as the case may be. You may call it that I've come to defend DOS. For you, it's defense. For me, it is not defense. For me, it is a critical truth, a pure truth that I want to say and put it in the rightful position, that some of you that are confused may get it right. DOS, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started this Radio Biafra, started this struggle with Radio Biafra, there was nothing like DOS. He was calling on all people of Biafra to stand up and support him so that we can get our nations restored. Only with his microphone, with backup with his brain. People started gathering. The very first time I heard his voice, I joined him. The very first time I heard his voice, I stand with him. The very first time I heard his voice, I came out with him. And since then, I've been with him. I have never looked back, not even 1 second. He continued preaching the gospel of redemption to mankind. He continued preaching the gospel of freedom to the whole world about the people of Biafra, exposing the evil in the land where we were forcefully put together. And men and women begin to emerge. Gallant men and gallant women begin to emerge. They begin to come out. They begin to support him from all over the world. There comes a time when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sat down and said, it is going to be of a great idea to put something like a union together that is going to help him work out everything that is needed to be worked out to make sure that Biafra is restored. And that is when the issue of bringing up the Directorate of State comes up. But this struggle started with Radio Biafra, only radio station started this program, this movement. No DOS from beginning. And the first Directorate of State head was called Ikechukwu. You guys are going to hear Nketoro Biati this morning. Ikechukwu was the first appointed Directorate of State head. That was back 2012, 2013. And I want you people to know one thing about this Directorate of State. Directorate of State head, that leadership is very, very, very sacred. If you are appointed by the leader of this movement to head that particular position, if you are not pure at heart, if you are not strong mentally, if you are not, if you are not well balanced, the enemy's attack will bring you down in the shortest period of time. If the enemy's attack did not bring you down, your ego will bring you down. If your ego did not bring you down, maybe your plus and minus, your calculation will fail you. Because after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the highest office which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu also belongs to is Directorate of State, and whosoever that is assuming that position represent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So Ikechukwu Enyago did not have the mental capacity to handle that position. I am giving you guys the lines of DOS for you to understand how it was structured and when it was set up. He doesn't have the mental capability, because some of you that is speaking good English grammar, all those your grammatical correctness cannot give us Biafra, and it cannot make you to be an intelligent person, no, a smart person. You may be wise, you may be intelligent, but you're not wise. I remember some of my friends during my school days, they can speak fluent English, but give them pen, they cannot write. So because Ikechukwu Enyago was not fortified spiritually, physically, and otherwise to handle that position, he fell by the roadside. Do you know why he fell by the roadside? I'm going to tell you. Eberechukwu Anibuogu, Rita Anibuogu, and Ikechukwu Enyago connived to be handling DOS as their personal property. That is where I'm going to bring the issue of C and the C, command and control. I'm going to deal with it, and by the time I start dealing with it, any member of DOS that command and control, which I'm going to analyze this morning, is affecting, should correct themselves and know that I am not attacking you, but I am putting it in line with what it stands for and what it meant for. Because Ikechukwu Enyago misused that command and control with Rita Anibuogu. They connived together. They were using the power that was given to him as Director of State as their personal business. And they took it as their. They are not seeing the position he was representing as the highest office of the movement. Rather, he was seeing it as his own personal office, where he can do anything or do anyhow. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at his conduct. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu looked at his doings and everything, the way he managed the office. Mazi said, no, Ikechukwu Enyago is not mentally tough. There are qualities that you need to have that office as the head. One of those qualities is number one. For you to be a head of Directorate of State, you must have the ability to travel around the world. Some of people who have been talking about DOS all this while cannot explain this and break it down the way I'm doing it for you now. But I don't blame them, and it's not a challenge. But I am giving you the fact as it is hot. So take it. Because when you are aspiring for an office, or maybe you want to get a job, you are seeking for a job, your curriculum vitae, which is known as a CV, is going to state the qualities, what you read, your credentials and everything. One of the credentials that is needed for you to be a head of Directorate of State, apart from you being mentally stable, apart from you being smart, apart from you being able to handle that position, you must be able to travel. You must have documents, because you are representing a nation. You are representing a nation. In case you don't know, like I said, blocking is allowed on this morning program. So, because Ikechukwu Enyago does not portray that quality, he doesn't have that documents that can move him around the world. He doesn't have that documents that can make him represent Biafrans, maybe go anywhere in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Number one, he wasn't the best person for that position. At the same time, he was also not using Ogugisia to handle critical issues because of what he is representing. And one thing I noticed about this struggle is that When people are given position, once that position is being relinquished, you see them fighting back. Once they take away that position they gave to them, they begin to, all the things that happen in the secret for the benefit of the struggle, they will come out and begin to gossip. They begin to yap. They begin to put it in the open domain. That is to show that you, number one, you are not even qualified in the first time, in the first instance, to have that position. I'll give you examples. This program is for all Biafrans. Those old cargoes in the struggle and those newcomers in the struggle. Calling them old cargo is not an insult. Let me call them old timers. So what I'm trying to say here is this: once you are given a position and that position is being relinquished, they take it away from you and put someone else there, and you come back fighting the structure. You come back revealing secret of things that you knew in the past. You are not qualified to have that position in the first place, and you are not the chosen one. That is the evidence that I have at hand to prove to you that whosoever that have been handling any position, and when they relinquish them of their position, or they call them to stop, and you see them fighting, insulting, doing all manner of nonsense, just know that that person from beginning was not meant to handle that position. So Ikechukwu Enyago begin to fight Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and this structure, and the structure he was representing. That is why. Are you getting my point? Ikechukwu Enyago fought with Itanibog against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They connived with so many guys then, so many people who are commenting rubbish here, who are here now speaking. They don't know all these stories I'm giving to you. It is only those old timers, the old buggers in the struggle, that knows what I'm talking about. But I want to bring it up so that the newcomers will learn from the past, the battle we fought in the past, and we won. We've always fight and we always win, and we keep moving. That is why it is called a struggle. So many of you do not know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was attacked in Enugu by Ikechukwu Enyago and Wogo and their gangs. There is one that was repatriated from Malaysia, called himself what is his name again? The one that was cooking restaurant. I will remember his name. He's the one that took Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's phone. In case you don't know, there was a time a video was released where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his wife we are having a good time, their honeymoon. The video you saw then trending was from the phone of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which was taken by this idiot that was repatriated from Malaysia. I will remember his name. If you are old timer, you remember the name of this guy, please post it here. I forget because a whole lot of this is on my brain. I do forget some things sometimes. And what happened? Litanibog was seen in the helos of Nigeria police moving around Enugu searching for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I stood then and fought. I stood then and I fought. I fought and fought and fought and fought. Go back to 2012, 2013 and see all the articles I've written in this struggle where I was defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where I was protecting the structure in my own way. I fought gallantly. I will mention names of the people that fought along with me then in the social media, not now that everybody is just jumping out, begin to talk Biafra, because all the Onuka if I had a Sejigige. I give kudos to somebody like Mazi. I make a gift. You're a warrior. And you're my brother, and my brother you shall ever remain. You know I love you so much. Emeka Gift is one of the people that fought this battle from that moment. Yes. He is outstanding. I'm mentioning his name on this platform live and direct. because you have done something great that need to be commended. Emeka Gift fought along with me. There are people that even fought along with us that later, backslided. There was a lady called Sylvia Nwosu. Sylvia Nwosu fought gallantly also with us, but she's no longer in the struggle. Only her knows the reason. Only Sylvia knows the reason why she stopped fighting along with us. She have never offended me, so I can't speak ill of anybody that never offended me or never did anything wrong against me. Sylvia Nwosu. There was another guy that fought gallantly then, but later the devil took over them because they are not mentally stable, called Chooks. Ikenga. Biafrans, let me tell you something. If you are in this struggle and you are handling a position and they ask you to stop for someone else to take over, if you begin to fight, that means that position you are not qualified to have it in the first place. Choose Ikenga fought gallantly when Ikechukwu was fighting against Mazi and Kanu. Then Sylvia Nwosu, choose Ikenga, Emeka Gift, and Ibe Gift Amarachi. These are frontline men and women, including my humble self, writing article day and night, morning, afternoon, and night, fighting against those that we are fighting as Nnamdi Kanu, because the position of Directorate of State was taken away from Ikechukwu because he is not qualified to handle that position. I am discussing DOS and CRC, C&C today. So, what happened? That leadership position was given to Omiomio Uchenna Asiebu, who resides in Spain. And the battle started. Fight started from left, right, and center. Share this program, please, because I want all the people that doesn't understand what DOS represent and the turbulence we have passed and the damage control people like us have done in this struggle. I've done so many damage controls because so many people that were given position that I was praising, later turn around to begin to do rubbish because they have taken away their rights. When Omiomio took over, Rita Igboho, and one man called Odemena, when we contributed money for our transmitter, Rita Igboho was asked to go and pick up the transmitter from Lagos. The agent who collected money from IPOB, I will not mention the amount. There are certain things I'm not privileged to talk. Only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can say them. I may know it, but I don't need to say them. Mazi is going to do better clarification on them if need be. During that period of time, Rita Igboho and Ikechukwu and Enyago, they had their own gang with one idiot called Ogugo from America. Then they started fighting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, saying he have eaten our transmitter money. He have eaten our transmitter money. He did not buy the transmitter. He did not do this. He did not do that. By then, Chukwuemeka Iranya was choosing to be the COC, coordinator of all coordinators. When Omiomio assumed the office of Directorate of State, Iranya was given the position of COC, coordinator of all coordinators. And Iranya started using that position. Also, he started using it for his own benefit. Iranya was firing people anyhow. Iranya doesn't listen to anybody who, if you go against his own personal opinion, you are fired as coordinator of all coordinators. Do you understand what I'm saying? I just block one idiot. Osha Wachuku Edwin. I type again now, Osha. If you come back with another account, I block you again. So Iranya was using that office for his own personal benefit and interest. Iranya was not representing Biafrans who have a different opinion as at that point in time. The way he fires people has never been done in this struggle. What do people see now? And the people are shouting, Chikedozem does this, Chikedozem does that. If you were in the struggle during the time of Irania, maybe some of you will cut off your heads with anger. He fires everybody on a single mistake. Irania doesn't give you second chance. Sometimes I used to think maybe God brought those people first so that the next people that are coming will learn from their mistake. Yes, God placed those men first that they will come and go so that the correct people who are going to lead us into Biafra land will come and learn from their mistakes. And as I'm doing this program, I know that Mazi Chikedozem must be watching it. I want Mazi Chikedozem to learn from the mistake of the past administrators. Onyomio assumed the head of Directorate of State. Mazi Nnamdi gave him the position. It was not an election. He chose him. His appointment. I appoint you to handle this position because Mazi thought that Onyomio was qualified. Then Uchemefo was the deputy of indigenous people of Biafra, deputy to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So many things that were happening then, a lot of mistakes that I saw happening then, even at a point I was asking myself, what is happening? That people do things on their own. It was during Onyomio and the Irania that C&C was actively activated in the struggle. Actively activated. Command and control. The pace was set during the time of Ikechukwu, but not active. But now, when it was actively activated was when Onyomio and Irania were in charge of the Directorate of State. Then, the deputy directorate coordinator of all coordinators, Ikenga, Maramu, them are all members of the Directorate of State then from America. Then, because of that command and control, Irania was using that command and control in a very brutal, wrong way. And when that command and control falls back to people like Irania and Onyomio, they could not take it. But this is the same measure which they are using on Biafrans. The same measure. Command and control, command and control. They will come on Radio Biafra. They will say command and control. If they command you and control you, but they were not using it for the purpose which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu brought that command and control into the struggle. They were using it for their. Once you Irania have a private issue with you, he fires you. Once Onyomio have a private issue with you, he removes you. Once Uchemefo have a private issue with you, he fires you. Biafrans, I want you people to know that I have the pure history of this struggle from the time I joined it, which was very early when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu started, and the structure of DOS. What has happened that all of you doesn't know. I am here to dissect it. I may not even take course. I may. But let me dissect it. Let me put it in a chronological order. Let you all that doesn't know what is happening to understand. Because this C&C was misused by Irania and Onyomio. That is when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as time goes on, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu give order that Radio Biafra should be opened in Trinidad and Tobago. And it should be called Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago. That is a command. Did they follow the command? No, they did not. They did not follow the command. But they are the people who were dishing out command and control. The reason why I want to connect all this is because I know that members of the Directorate of State are watching this program. And some of you that joined the struggle yesterday who are ranting on Facebook thinking that you knows everything, you are learning from, just learn, listen and learn from me. I didn't know all, but at least the ones you are going to hear from me is going to help you to channel your anger and channel your reaction and everything to the right direction. Command and control was there. So when you come out to talk about command and control, you should understand that command and control is like two-edged sword. It cut from the both sides, because that command and control, when it comes back to you, will you listen? Will you listen? Will you be allowed to be commanded and controlled? Will you? It's a question. I keep blocking idiot. Like I said, 200 people I'm expected to block maybe before the end of this program. So, are you listening to me? All these shenanigans happening of command and control, when it turns back to their own turn, Mazi gave instruction to the Directorate of State led by Omiomio. When we open Radio Biafra in Trinidad and Tobago, there is a man called Leonard Anemene who was in charge of that radio. Mazi said, you are going to give this radio station name Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago. Some of you don't know this. That is why when I look at your comments, sometimes I overlook you, because you are ignorant of the truth, you are ignorant of the structure, you are ignorant of the past of what has happened in this struggle. They say they are going to name it Radio Biafra International. That was exactly when the queue to take over from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, from that administration of Irania and Omemio started. Yes. They now forget the command and control they were using to sack people. They now forget the command and control they were using to fire people. They forget it. Now the command and control is no longer active on them. They begin to gang up against Mazi. Mazi said, don't call it Radio Biafra International. Nothing like Radio Biafra International. Radio Biafra is one. We may have Radio Biafra South Africa. We may have Radio Biafra London, which is the mother that gave birth to all this Radio Biafra. We may have Radio Biafra Asia. We may have Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago. We may have Radio Biafra America. Not international. That word international is going to differentiate it. They said no, they will not do it. That is where the command and control fell on their own side. And this is the same command and control they were using to manipulate, to do the bidding that suit them. They were using it. You know, a black man, sometimes when you give them power, they will overuse that power and they will turn it upside down and use it against their own people. So if you guys are not listening, if you guys have not heard about what I'm saying now, I want you to learn a little from this. I want you to learn from what I'm saying, because it is a past that has happened, that which I've taken cognizance, which I've taken record of, which I was there when it was happening. Now let me break your jaw. Let me drop your jaw. Before the issue of command and control was brought, there was a forum created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why when I look at the structure of the DOS, I say sometimes Mazi is not adding people or inviting people to be members of DOS because you two go school. No, it is because of what he thinks you can bring to the table. Some people went to school, but they don't have common sense. So if there's anybody that doesn't understand what DOS represents or stands for, please send this program to them to understand. Now, what happened? There was a forum that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created. Only God in heaven bears me witness and knows why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created that forum, and he added me on that forum. How many are we in that forum? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, listen to me. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there. Uchemefo was there. Late Barrister Imam Mezu was there. Clifford Irania was there. Uchenna Asebu was there. Carol Monde was there. Austin Ofoma was there. And who again? And Ikenga Wanonenyu was there. Only 8 of us, 8 was there in that forum. Only 8. Mother Sato Soso. He created it. He added these people I made mentions, and he added me there on that forum. And what happened within that period of time is what gives me the deep understanding of who Nnamdi Kanu is and why I must continue fighting with him. Because in that forum is where I know the truth behind this Radio Biafra International and the betrayer, and why Imam Mezu fell apart with Nnamdi Kanu in that forum. Because the issue of create Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago and name it Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago, not Radio Biafra International, was discussed in that forum. I followed everything sequentially. When our leader added me, I chatted him. I said, "Sir, you added me in this forum." He said, "Shut up and be there." Our leader had prepared me a long time ago for a period like this. That man is indeed a child of God. That man is indeed a prophet. That man is indeed a great man. I respect him so much because he knows what he is doing. Only 8. All these people shouting, director, they were not in that particular forum. I was there. Why did Mazi put me there? I don't know. But I am now beginning to understand that it is for a purpose, a time like this, when he is not out, that I may come up at the right time to speak to Biafrans and let them understand what he is fighting for and what he stands for. Directorate of State Command and Control was misused by Irania, Omemio, and his cohort because they were asked to open a Radio Biafra, Trinidad and Tobago, give it the name Radio Biafra. They call it Radio Biafra International against the command of the leader. They say, how can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be Namoha? That is the word of Irania. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Namoha. The person that started the structure, the person that started the movement, the person that built the foundation, the person that made everything possible before you join. You are now calling him Namoha. That you are not going to respect that order. That you are going to name that radio station because the first thing they asked was the certificate of Radio Biafra London should be given to them. That is it. They say it should be given to them. Mazi said, no. We can't give you the hard copy. Hard copy is what they were asking for. Hard copy. Mazi said, no. We can only give you a copy of that to do whatever you want to do in Trinidad and Tobago. They said, no. They need the original one. Then Uchemefo was staying with Mazi. I want you to listen. I speak the truth. I am not the kind of person because you are no longer in the struggle and you have done something good in the past. And when I'm talking about you, I will not commend you or give you credit to what you have done in the past. I will give you credit to what you have done in the past. Then I'll still shred you for your misappropriate of fund or whatever in the present or your attitude, which goes against the structure. So, if command and control was supposed to be respected as it's supposed to be, if it's command and control was supposed to do the job that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, brought it into the system, why did these past administratives refuse to obey the command and control from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to make sure that Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago is called Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago, not Radio Biafra International? And that is where the late Barrister Mezu, witness, I don't lie. That is where Barrister Mezu fucked up in a very big time, because Barrister Mezu was taking side on Irania and Omiomio. Are you listening to me? He was taking side. It seems like a gang up. They wanted to take over Radio Biafra from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why they created that one. call it international. Why Mazi said no, Radio Biafra must be one. And going forward, what happened? In that forum that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created, that we are only 8. All these people, all these members of DOS, we are hearing their name today. We are not there. The only people in this DOS that are there is Mazi Ofoma, Carol Monday. Who else? Only Mazi Ofoma and Carol Monday they were watching this program and they know what I'm talking about. We are in that forum. No other person. Mazi Chikedozen was not even in that forum then. Yes. Mazi Tony Zulumike was not there. Mazi Isaiah was not there. Mazi Abanim was not there. It was only Carol Monday, Mazi Osnoforma, myself, Uche Mefo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Ikenga, Clifford Irania. These are the people in that forum that Mazi created where the issue of that command and control was discussed. Why they are misbehaving. When the Mazi was telling them, you will not run a Radio Biafra and call it international. That was the forum where that topic was discussed. I was following up. I was listening. Mazi gave his last order and said, you must listen. Urania said, no, we will not do that. And Emene said, no, it's not going to be done. Omiomio was supporting them because he was the head of the Directorate of State, thinking that he now has power, just like devil. Lucifer, who was the best angel close to God. Because of the powers Lucifer has, Lucifer look at his right and his left and say, oh, I can do things, I can do this, I can do that. For that, let me challenge the God that gave me the power. And what happened according to the Bible? Lucifer was sent away from heaven. That is exactly what happened in that administrative. And what Mazi Chikedozie, as you are listening to this platform, as you are listening to this program, to learn and do noble things, know that the position you are sitting upon today is a sacred one. People have sat on that position and left with shame. I pray you will not leave that position in shame. I pray you sit on that position and lead us into Biafra. But you must jettison any bad counsel. You must jettison anybody who is trying to manipulate you or to push you to do things that will suit them. Mazi, do things that will be for the benefit of this struggle as the leader. Because if Irania, Omiomio, and Nemena had listened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu under the umbrella of command and control and do the right thing, believe you me, they will still be leading us up to this moment. But they did not. What I'm telling you guys is before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, before he was arrested. All this is I'm talking about happened before he came back to Nigeria, before he even announced his coming and came back and was arrested in 2015. All this thing I'm talking about now happened. How many of you that are shouting on Facebook, talking rubbish, thinking you are gathering followers knows about this? So many of you do not know. So many of you do not know. In that forum where we are only 8, all the people that I made mention that are in the Directorate of State now, only 2 persons is there. Mazi Ofoma and the Sister Carol Monday. They bear me witness. That is when I knew that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knew what he was doing. So if, for example, I'm not even interested in having position in this struggle. And Mazi knew that I am not going to have any position. But the way he used to place me at the critical places at the right time, for me to get knowledge, for me to understand what is happening, for me to see what is going to happen, maybe he knew that this time around, he will not be around. And somebody like me will come out and tell the world what has happened in the past. All this Directorate of State you see now, we are not in that forum then. That forum was not the Directorate of State forum. Try to understand me. It wasn't Directorate of State forum. No, but I was in that forum. Now what I'm saying is this: command and control, command and control, command and control. Let every member of the Directorate of State of this present administration learn from the mistake of the past people who did not listen to command and control when it fires back to them, because command and control is like a two-edged sword. It cuts left, it cuts right, you're on a way everywhere. So when you are putting it on people, let it not be on your own personal opinion. That is why when Mazi Nnamdi want to take any decision, he brings everybody together under the Directorate of State. They will discuss, they will sit down, they will iron things out. Then the majority will carry the date. Then Mazi will stamp his duty of authority on it. You will hear it outside. Are you listening to me? Are you guys watching? I want you to listen, because like I said before, if you don't have common sense, if you don't have any, leave this platform. If you have, bring it with you. Now, going forward, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was having this issue of Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago, he told them that radio will not stand. That was the first issue that Irania and Iko started having against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is when they started plotting their coup against him. It's not long after the issue of Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago was discussed and the order of command and control was disobeyed by the people that were championing it. What happened? Mazi came back and was kidnapped. And was arrested. DOS, I know you're listening. Listen attentively. When Mazi was arrested, they now saw it as opportunity. They took it as opportunity that now that he's arrested, we can now do the needful. We can now take over. But I salute Ucheme for courage. I repeat, my brothers and my sisters, I salute Ucheme for courage. As at that time, if somebody told me that Ucheme for, after fighting a just cause, after standing gallantly with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while he was in the prison, that Ucheme for will later, at long run, fell by the roadside, I will not believe it. I will not believe it. I will never believe it. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we are following is a man of great wisdom and knowledge. Ucheme saw the potentials in Mazi. Ucheme saw the quality of Mazi. Ucheme knew that Mazi is the one that was chosen for this movement. That is why Ucheme stood with Mazi when he was arrested. Ucheme handled this movement when he was there, when he was the deputy, gorgeously, jealously. He protected this movement. He handled this movement. He was in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. As at then, I salute him for that. Even though I have brought him out, I've talked about him, about all the evil he did after this, because he later fell by the roadside. He later fell by the roadside. He later changed. But that time, the topic I'm handling now is what has happened from the time DOS was created. Let me tell you people, all these names you are hearing in DOS today, many of them were not there at that period of time. Many of them were not there. It is after the administration of Irania and Omemio that so many of them were added there. But some of them were, like Mazi Chikodesen was not member of the Directorate of State then. He was European rep as at then. Of course, you don't know, I'm telling you. Mazi Chikodesen was not a member of the Directorate of State then. He was Asian, Middle East rep. Let me put it for you to understand that I know the structure. That is why when I speak, People that have common sense, listen. I'm not gossiping. I am not fighting anybody. I am telling the whole world the truth. That all of you that are confused should know that DOS is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is DOS. If you are against DOS, you are automatically against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Put it in your skull and understand. Get sense. Get sense. Malife, stop behaving like an animal. Stop behaving like a fool. You want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but you are against DOS. You see how drogging Alan Apuge. Listen. Ife mwa bubu ife kambo. Ife mwa bubu ezioku bondo. Mwa bu ime male ezioku akazo dia. Nobody can buy me. They don't buy you well. How much do you have? How much do you have that you can buy me? Go and ask people who try to, when they send me recharge card, they want to bend me to do what I don't want to do. Ask them how I trash their nonsense. I told them you cannot do that to me because you gave us BMW money to buy recharge card and share for people. Because of that, you will not bend me. You can't do that. Listen, let me tell you something, Biafrans. In this struggle, I want to repeat, in this struggle, men have come and gone. And I'm still here. Uche Mefo fought gallantly when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the prison. Uche Mefo stood against Urania and his coup plotters. Uche Mefo stood against Omiomio and his coup. Omiomio was the man who was supposed to do something. Do you know that at that period of time they said that Uche Mefo was only deputy director of Radio Biafra, not deputy of the struggle? They were fighting him. They want to kick him out. I fought to protect Uche Mefo's position. Then I keep writing. I keep fighting. Kudos to people like Emeka Noma, Emeka Gift. Kudos to people like Ibe Gift Amarachi, who are still in the struggle now. Plus myself, we were there writing day in, day out. Forget about doing that up to now. Whoa, as if now if I'm now what if him? Go and sit down, General Fwebe. What if him? You want if him pa? But you don't know nothing. You think you know everything, you don't know nothing. Now, when Uche Mefo was defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, standing for the struggle, making sure that nothing happened against the structure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left in his hand as the deputy. Then, according to the hierarchy of this movement, after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes Uche Mefo, the second man. After Uche Mefo, then comes Omiomio. But Omiomio and Irania, we are seeing Uche Mefo as only director of Radio Biafra, not for the movement. People like myself, people like Emeka Noma, that is Emeka Gift, Ibe Gift Amarachi, we took it upon ourselves. We went on social media. We keep writing articles. We keep putting out things that our people need to listen, things our people need to read. Plus other people that I may not mention their name or remember their name right now. We fought a great fight to protect Uche Mefo. Then, because he was seen as the next person to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we fought to protect him. Because the Directorate of State have refused to follow command and control, which they were using to sack people, led by Uche Nasiebu. At the time they started plotting against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to take over. That is when Irania said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is getting mad in the prison. Biafrans, I want you to take note. If you have pen, keep writing it down. Because what happened then had a little replica of what is happening now, and I will clear it. I'm going to clear it for you to understand where I'm coming from and where I'm heading to. Irania said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mad. He said maybe there was, I repeat, there was a meeting held in the Directorate of State then when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the prison. That meeting was held on Skype. It was a Skype meeting. Do you know that Irania went and released the outcome of that meeting to the public just to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu down? They released it because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the prison. And Irania said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is mad. They begin to plot against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They begin to plot against Uchemefo. They begin to plan a whole lot of coup. We were there fighting, writing from morning till I don't used to sleep. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, I did not celebrate my birthday for 2 good years. I did not. In 2015, I did not celebrate my birthday. In 2016, I did not celebrate my birthday. I did not. I didn't. And this month is my birthday. On 21st of this month is my birthday. And I am not going to celebrate my birthday because my leader is not outside. I am a die-hard lover of Biafra. I am a die-hard follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And I'm a die-hard speaker of truth. Thank you very much, Princess Vinap. Now, when some people come out now, the Director of State, I say, make una go sit down. Because you cannot speak against the Director of State. Why you are speaking against them? You are speaking against the structure. And why you are speaking against the soil, you are speaking against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where I stand. So when people are asking me, hey, you are fighting the Director of State, how am I fighting the Director of State? If any member of the Director of State mess up with me, I'll bring him, I'll single-handedly pick him out and I'll deal with that person. That is what I'm doing. And that is what I want any one of you to do. Okay? The decision of the Directorate of State is a decision of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Whether it favors you or not, that is why when they say, when they give any order, I come out and I speak about it. I have on my platform, since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was abducted, I have on my platform carried Mazi Chikedozen broadcast. Go and search for it. Go and search. There was a day I was doing broadcast. Mazi Chikedozen came up. Then I had to stop my broadcast and hook up with Radio Biafra. And people were listening to his voice. I have done that. So when you see people say, because I keep quiet, because I don't want to begin to fight whom people want, some group of people want me to be fighting, doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not telling you to praise me. I am speaking the truth. Only God, Chukwu Kikabiyama, will bear me witness that I am serving Biafrans with my own heart. No be me, not for any gain, not for any income, not for any benefit, but for the benefit of all Biafrans and my unborn children and those that I've given birth to right now. What happened? They begin to plot against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They leak the video conversation of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on Skype. They begin to call to fight Uchemefo to kick him out, and we begin to fight them. Do you know why Omemio was relinquished of his power, of his position? Do you know why? I'm going to tell you. Since Irania started his stupidity, his nonchalant attitudes, since Irania started his coup, when Mazi got the heat of what Irania was doing, following the foundation which they led by naming Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago, naming it Radio Biafra International, broadcasting from there, saying something else from what the structure is saying. What happened? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave order. There are so many other things that happened that I may not say here. Mazi gave order that Omemio should with immediate effect disband Irania as coordinator of all coordinators. Are you listening to me? I am dissecting the issue of DOS and the command and control this morning. And DOS must listen and learn from the mistake of yesterday and put the house in order and make corrections. If there's anywhere they're lagging behind, I believe after this program, they will learn. They will make corrections and do the needful. When Omemio was asked to disband Irania. Omiomio refused. That is another command and control that failed. He refused to follow the command and control, which he is using on Biafrans. Are you guys listening to what I'm saying? Are you listening? This morning broadcast is something else that you have never heard before. And you are hearing it today direct from me. And while you are listening to it, if you don't see me online, you know that I have busy schedule, and that is why I will not be coming up every day to talk. But any day you see me online, come and listen, because I have something to tell you. I have something good for you. I cannot deceive you. Uchenna Siebu was the Directorate of State, and Irania was planning evil against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then when he was asked as the highest command to remove the man called Irania, Omiomio said, no, I will not do that. That is to let you know that he is a culprit in that crime. That is to tell you that he is one of them in that crime. Biafrans, are you listening? And there was command and control, and it was actively activated within their own regime. Command and control did not start with the regime of Chike Doziem. No, it did not. Mazi had been saying it while he was broadcasting. But when it was actively activated, was during the time of Omiomio. The same lack of command and control from the leadership, which Ikechukwu Enyagu was the first that held it in this struggle, is why he was removed, and some other qualities that he did not possess. And now it is given to Omiomio. And the same command and control, they could not respect it. And what happened? The issue of Directorate of State led by Omiomio was disbanded. It was disbanded. All of them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu reshuffled everything. Uche before was one of the Directorate of State. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the #1 member of the Directorate of State. Then you hear them, they started fighting. Omiomio started fighting. All of them started fighting, joining issues. So many things has happened in this struggle. So many things have happened. Believe you me. Are you listening? Irania started fighting back. Why is Irania fighting back? Because he had been removed from the powers, from the authority. And the next thing, Irania joined the daughters of Jezebel in America. The next thing, Irania joined Tony Nnamdi, telling you about Lower Niger Congress. This is the same Irania that used to say nothing is like Lower Niger Congress. Irania was fighting them, kicking against them every now and then. It's just like as I am here now talking about Biafra restoration. Tomorrow I will come out and be speaking against Biafra restoration. That is what Irania did. Do you understand what I'm saying? Irania said there is nothing like that. Nnamdi Kanu is not going to give us Biafra. That Nnamdi Kanu is not the chosen one. That Nnamdi Kanu is in Namoa. That Nnamdi Kanu is bad. Nnamdi Kanu is the same thing that Ikechukwu Enyago and Rita and Borg and cohort did when they were relinquished of their position. Irania began to reveal things he believes he knows in the struggle. By then, which before will stay there. Don't forget. Are you following me sequentially? Because I am coming out step by step. I want you to invite all of them, all the enemies of Biafra, all the broadcasters, share this to their platform. Let them listen to know where to hit and where not to hit. Because when you are hitting at the wrong direction, you'll be hitting back to yourself. You know why I'm saying that? Why I'm explaining all this is because some of you do not understand how it was structured and what has happened. And in Directorate of State, there is one man who is standing out to lead them as head of the Directorate of State. That man is representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And for now, that man is Mazi Chikedozie. So when the issue of Uchemefo, the past Directorate of State, was raised, Uchemefo managed this struggle well until Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out. For your information. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came live on Radio Biafra to thank Uchemefo for leading us, for making sure that nobody brought down the structure he left behind. Biafrans, are you listening to me? He came live. He thanked all the Biafrans that fought, that make sure that that evil Directorate of State of that particular administration did not succeed in bringing the struggle down. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was overwhelmingly happy that Mefo was able to stand. That is why when I remember that Mefo had fallen by the roadside, it used to choke me. Not only shocking. After shocking me, it used to choke me. I will ask my God, why the mighties are falling? People like Obi Dobienu, they were there in the past administration of Omiomio. You don't know? He was there. Okay, he was there. But he was, at the time, he was given suspension because of his own wrong moves. Later, he was called back. Do you know that the past administration of DOS did a whole lot of evil? That is why they could not listen to obey the command and control that they signed. They did not. And what happened? The issue of new Directorate of State came up, which happened to be Mazi Chikedozie. It was reshuffled. It was reshuffled, and so many people joined the movement. And Chikedozie took over from Omiomio. As Chikedozie took over from Omiomio, Uchemefo started his own shenanigans. Mazi, happiness. If Chikedozie is weak, can you please call your father? I beg you to come and take over the DOS. Your father that is strong. I beg you, call your father to come and take over from DOS. Your papa? What I've said about Chikedozie is that Chikedozie is slow in taking action. I said it before, and I'm saying it again today. I know he's watching. I've never said that Chikedozie is weak. I've never said so. I say he is slow in taking action. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu used to take action at the right time. That is why when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu notice any threats, he will look into it and come out with something positive, and he will give his command, and that is the end. But I want to balance something here. The past administration were also quick, always quick to take action. Then this present one is slow in taking action. Do you understand it? So everybody have his own way, his own pattern of life to live. Iranya, Omiomio, if you any slightest mistake, they don't fire you. That is their own fastness, or should I say, decision to do the thing they feel they're going to do at the time that is needed. You don't fire. Whether that firing is in favor of the movement or in their own personal favor, I don't want to know. But they are weak. But in this administration, when people say Chikedozie is weak, he is not weak. He's an intelligent man. Just that he is slow in taking action. And I'm going to give you references in regards to this. And don't forget, when I am addressing Chikedoziem, I'm addressing him as Mazi Chikedoziem, not as DOS. When I call DOS, I'm talking about everybody that is involved. Since he's the one who is in charge of DOS, are you telling me that if I have personal issue with Chikedoziem, that I will not fight with him? I will fight with him. If Chikedoziem don't do something wrong to me, I will fight with him. I will take him out of DOS and I fight with him. Yes. But what you cannot hear from me is for me to come and condemn DOS and say DOS do this, DOS do that, because Mazi Chikedoziem is a mouthpiece. It's not mouthpiece. It's the voice for DOS, not the DOS himself. Not the DOS himself. He is the voice of DOS. The eye which Biafra used to see through DOS. So if you have personal issue with him, deal with it. Don't bring it to the general structure of DOS, because somebody was in DOS before Kolike Chukwenyago. He left. Another person came and took over, which is Omiomio, and he left. DOS is still there. DOS can never die. It's a spirit. I gotta see, you are in the high spirit this morning. Yes, I am in the high spirit. Enyago run DOS and he left. DOS was there. Omiomio run DOS. He left and DOS is there. Now the Dozem is here. Somebody else may take over DOS tomorrow. So DOS as a structure is what is representing us, what is protecting us, not Chikedoziem. Are you listening to me? Can I say it again? Chikedoziem is not the one that is representing us. It is DOS. But he is the voice which DOS used to speak. He is the head. So when you are insulting DOS, be careful. When you're insulting Chikedoziem based on what DOS have agreed, be careful. If you have separate issue, treat it with him. Now let me go forward. When Chikedoziem took over, Uchemefo was still there. Mefo was still there, and Mefo started his own. When Mazi was broadcasting during the NSAS, even before the NSAS, whenever Mazi Kanu is speaking, talking about Buhari, about the man in Asorok, Uchemefo will switch off Radio Biafra. Mazi Kanu's voice will not be coming again on Radio Biafra, because Uchemefo was the only one having, him and Mazi was the only one having password to Radio Biafra. Even Austin Ofoma, who was the head of media, did not have password of Radio Biafra. As at the time Uchemefo was there, Ofoma doesn't have it. If Ofoma want to do anything on Radio Biafra as technician, he goes through Uchemefo. Do you understand this? The password to RBL was handled by Mazi Kanu and Uchemefo, only these two persons. So when Mazi is talking about Buhari, Uchemefo will switch it off. That command and control, did Uchemefo obey it? No. The command and control says, if Mazi was busy preaching the gospel, telling the whole world what is happening in Nigeria, and you went and switched off the radio station to cut people from listening to Mazi's voice. What is that? Is it not insubordination? It is insubordination, pure insubordination. And Uchemefo have also sacked so many people because of lack of command and control. People who refuse to listen to the command and control, which him, Uchemefo, dished out. He removed so many coordinators in Anambra. I don't want to mention names. Are you listening to me? And this is the same DOS that were there when Mazi Kanu was arrested. Some of them were coordinators, some of them were reps. For example, Mazi Chinasaworu was representing Middle East. Mazi Chikedoziem was representing Asia. As at then, Mazi Abani was, all of them have positions where they occupied. They stood, they fought gallantly. We in the front line in the media, we were also fighting. We fought. So tell me, how can people who have represented Mazi, who have represented Mazi in so many capacities, who have helped Mazi to come out of the prison in the first time, how can they betray Mazi? I am asking you, how can? For the fact that some of them may not have a voice to come and speak does not mean that they accepted that allegation. How? Another idiot have spoken. Another idiot have spoken. Let me deal with him. You say his name is what? His name is Osno Manson. Manson, half of mad. Hey, I'm coming. Manson, your time is up on this platform. Asnafiabo Okaredia, a doman. He's a doman. Maybe these are the people who doesn't believe in the movement, so they come to put confusion. But I know how to deal with them. Okaredia, sorry, you are blocked and out of this platform, and I'm moving speedily. When I see the hot on this platform, that's when they talk about. I see the hot. That is how I'm saying it. Now, what I want to say is this. When Uche started his own problem, disrespecting Mazi's order, something happened. When Mazi is talking about Christianity, Uche will switch off the phone. It's not the phone, the radio. He will switch off the radio. When Mazi is saying something critical, Uche you touch a button. And all this were happening in the inside. Uche was castigating Mazi, fighting Mazi, saying that Mazi should not talk about Christianity. Why pastors in churches, Christians, and some bishops were acknowledging that what Mazi was saying are truth. But because Uche carried Christianity on his head, let me tell you people, the problem of Uche against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was Christianity. Go and mark it somewhere and do your research. Uche want to be more Catholic than the Pope. He want to be more Catholic than Pope. He began to fight Mazi. Then he gathered people and do his what do you call it, his Zoom meeting, and that was killed him finally and completely. He destroyed himself completely. And that is when I know that the story of Bible, that verse that talked about the Lucifer and the God, even if it didn't happen, whoever that put it together says something that is about to happen. I saw it in the life of Uche in this struggle. Uche was ganging people behind, backed up with Obido Bienu, backed up with George Onibe. Don't forget that command and control is what they are using to sack people. Do you see why George Onibe started attacking the structure he was defending? Aigajayamma. When he focused on the camera, he began to sing and praise. Aigajayamma. No maramma. Ona abu abu eba odike Igbo gemetu ana. Very nice song, the way he sang it. But he was seeing Uche as his leader, not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said it so many times. He said it so many times, uncountable times, that his loyalty is to Uche not to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why? Because he started deviating. He doesn't want to follow that command and control again. That is why when he was removed as African rep, he began to fight the structure again. And I dealt with him. I dealt with him. I dealt with Uche with fact and figures. I exposed them, they are evil. and they all went into oblivion. They all went into oblivion, all of them put together. Where is Radio Biafra International? Dead. Where is Yanemena and his gang? Dead. Where is Irania and his daughters of Jezebel? Dead. Where is Omiomio and his what do you call him? And Tony Nnamdi group? Dead. Where is Berechukwu and the Borg, Rita and the Borg, with his soldiers of truth? Dead. Where is Ikechukwu and Yago with his soldiers of truth? Dead. All of them, they just died naturally. And this DOS is still here. And this Biafra struggle is still here. And men and women of goodwill are still here. They come, they attack, and they go. They fade away. They come, they attack, and they go. They fade away. You know? Do you know why? Because they are not choosing for this movement. Any day, I personally decide that I don't want to do Biafra struggle again, I will simply go and sit down. You will not hear me castigate anybody. You will not hear me insult the structure or the movement or the... I will never, because that is like someone bringing down the house he helped to build. That is me. Share this program. The whole world, all of them may see it. Put it in their forums. Put it in their... Cut it out and share it as you want. That is why Obido Bienu gang up with Uchemefo, begin to fight against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will come, they will fight, they will go. Then the structure will continue. The leadership will continue. Edoziem wasn't the first DOS head. He wasn't the second. He is the third. If by any chance tomorrow Edoziem want to resign from being the head of the Director of State, someone else will take over. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out tomorrow and say, Edoziem, go and rest, you have worked, you have tried, let someone take over. The structure continues. So when you fight the structure, you are fighting against the spirits of Biafra. That is why when there's an announcement or order coming from that structure, it is automatic, it is authentic, implemented. You may not like what I'm saying, but I must say it. And because you know I'm saying the truth, that is why you are still here listening. So your comment, counter comment, and what have you has nothing to do with me. I will continue to tell you people that I witnessed the first fell out of command and control, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu created a forum and put me in that forum. We were only 8 in that forum. Only 8. And out of all these Director of State members, only 2 among them were there. Mazi, Osnoforma, and Carol Monday. When the Otegum Jama, maybe today when you are back. I saw how it happened. I saw the message of Barisima Mezu. I saw the message of Omemio. I saw the message of Irania. How they responded to that Radio Biafra International that they created, which was supposed to be Radio Biafra Trinidad and Tobago. So fast forwarding to what we are talking about now that Mazi Kedoziem have taken over. New structure is set up, which in the first office was disbanded by the same power of the Director of State. You can imagine if the Director of State is not that powerful, how can the Director of State announce the disbandment of the office of second in command of the struggle? Oh my goodness me. Biafrans, do you people know that after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it was supposed to be Uchemefo? Then, if the office, the highest authority, can disband Uchemefo's office and render it null and void, and it happened upon the pronouncement, then what do you think of that particular office called DOS? What do you think? What is your reasoning? That is why when I see some of my fellow comrades saying I'm defending DOS. You are not defending DOS. No. I'm saying it again. You may not like my discrepancy. You may not like the way I'm explaining it. You may not like the way I'm separating it. But it is the truth that I'm telling you. You are not defending DOS. DOS is spirit. You don't defend the spirit. DOS is the spirit. You don't defend the spirit. Okay? What you are doing, some of you, not all of you, I hasten to add, what some of you are doing is eye service to be noticed by the DOS. Some of you. Yes. If you can come up and speak truth in regards to what is happening in the DOS, if you can come up with truth and say this is what you know about the structure of DOS, not saying I am defending DOS. Who are you to defend DOS? Cable. DOS that disbanded HMF with their powers, with the authority that they have. You say you are defending them. What I'm doing this morning, I'm not defending DOS. I am setting the record straight. I'm telling the whole world the truth. So if you call it defending of DOS, let it be for you. But for me, I am trying to let the whole world know that the structure that was left behind, called Directorate of State, is sacred. And nobody can pull it down. Nobody can scatter it. Nobody can take the mantle of leadership from them. That is the point I am making this morning, that you may get it into your head. They will come and say DOS is evil, DOS is this, DOS. If Mazi Chike did anything wrong outside DOS, talk about him. If Mazi Chinasa want to do anything wrong outside DOS, talk about him. If Mazi Azayuba, all of them, any one of them that do anything out of DOS, talk about them. But when you are bringing the structure and calling them evil, calling them have sold out, DOS, you guys knows who I am. I speak the truth irrespective of who is concerned, and no one know. And this is my nature. And that is why myself, I don't give a toss if my program is aired on Biafra television or not anymore. I don't give a toss. I don't give a toss. As long as I am doing the right thing through this channel, I say, may God be the glory. Because I fought, I single-handedly picked somebody that was holding the fund that was meant for ESN. I picked her up and I talked about her on Biafra television. They said, no, you don't use Biafra television to talk about her. That was my fault. That was the allegation. That was the, not allegation, that was the crime they say I've committed. When I picked this person out, I did not call DOS bad name. I did not insult DOS. I only picked out somebody that was doing something wrong that was in the DOS, and I speak about her extensively. For that, they said they removed my admin right on Biafra TV. Does that stop me from talking? No. Does that stop me from speaking to Biafrans? No. Does that stop me from telling you the truth? No, it doesn't. It does not. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the #1 member of DOS. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being represented by DOS. So when you speak against DOS, you are speaking against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And the Chineke on one side. Now, when Uchemefo fell by the roadside, Edoziem became the most powerful representative of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, serving us in the office of DOS. It may be someone else tomorrow. It is not a permanent position. It is not, and can never be a permanent position. You come and you go. I was the first auditor of this struggle. After me, then followed by Ibe Gift Amarachi. I've been saying this so many times. For that position to be relinquished of me, gave me more, should I say, opportunity and chance to do other things. Because if the gift is not broadcasting, so she need that position, that job needs somebody who will concentrate and doing it at their best of knowledge. If you think the broadcast is easy, come out and talk. Let the whole world listen to you. If you think what I'm saying is easy, you can open your platform and talk. All of you that are watching right now, so many of you have Facebook account, so many of you have YouTube account. Come out and talk. Then people will listen to you. My speech is based on truth. My speech is based on the foundation that Mazi Nnamdi laid on the ground, which I am talking about this morning. Command and control and the DOS. There are people who have assumed the position of Directorate of State leadership, but they refuse to abide to that command and control, and they fell by the roadside. And that is the question I'm asking you today. If you are supposed to be head of the Directorate of State, if it is not Mazi Chikedozie, if it is you, if in any case Mazi give you command tomorrow, say we don't want you in the Directorate of State again, will you come out and be fighting the structure you first defended? Answer that question. I am right here to speak on behalf of those Biafrans that understands what DOS and the structure of IPOB stands for. Those of you that likes who Mazi Nnamdi is, those of you that are respecting Mazi Nnamdi, this is how I do my own fight. So if you think I will be picking people and be talking about the people when they are bombing our village, killing people, I will not do that. I will not. This is how I do my fight. I break it in the open channel. I put it on a neutral platform. People will listen and do justice to what I'm saying. When they say when you disagree with some people, they call you a saboteur. Once you disagree with them, they say you are a saboteur. Since Mazi Chikedozie took over the leadership of DOS, which in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi, he is representing us. As long as the struggle is concerned, I noticed some errors. Yes, I noticed some errors. And that error is not what I have come to talk here, because I have spoken to the people in concern in the inside to correct those errors. But due to slow in taking action that was supposed to fix that error degenerated into something else that some of you are seeing today. And some of you do not know where and how it started. If you are on Facebook, just imagine if we have 30 broadcasters. And out of that 30 broadcasters, our villages is being bombed. And that 30 broadcasters are talking about one man. And there are only two persons is talking about our village that is being bombarded. Do you think that is going to make sense? It's not going to carry any weight. The world will not know. Much people will not understand what is happening. Because 28 people is busy talking about one person. That one person that doesn't have the mantle of leadership. That one person that doesn't have the key, or should I say the navigating system to the struggle. You are busy talking about that person, and your brothers and sisters is being bombarded in Olo. Your village is being rampaged, and 28 people out of 30 are talking about that one person. Don't you think that it is stupidity that is disturbing you? That 28 of them. If that 28 people join the two person that is talking about what is happening on the ground, is going to carry wave. Let me tell you, Mazi Nnamdi learned a lot from him. He used silence to kill so many issues. Mazi Nnamdi used silence to destroy so many issues. When the issue of Uchemefo was at the raging point, people were saying, Mazi Nnamdi must come and talk. Mazi, come and talk. Some of you that are talking today now in support of Mazi Nnamdi was calling him out. Mazi should come and talk about Uchemefo. Mazi kept silent. Mazi kept silent. He didn't talk. He used his silence to destroy everything that needed to be destroyed. That is why sometimes when you don't see me talking, just know that I'm following the footsteps of my master, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because sometimes there are issues that you don't need to talk about. You keep quiet. It doesn't matter what they say about you. It doesn't matter how they insult you. It doesn't matter the name they call you. Me, they were calling me out, saying they have bribed me. They have bought me over. I am doing this. I am fighting the US. When they don't have any evidence to what they're saying. And I kept quiet watching them until the day only one broadcast. Just one broadcast. Also. One broadcast alone. Because I took my time to gather my information. I took my time to get my facts and figures. That is what happened. For those of you who are asking me, why are you no longer seeing my videos on Biafra television? My brothers and my sisters, Biafra television is our own. I helped build Biafra television. I helped build Radio Biafra pages. All the pages. There is no page in this struggle fighting for Biafra that I am not an admin on it. None. From beginning till now. The reason is because I removed myself from Biafra television. I did remove myself because I want to speak about somebody that is a member of DOS, which was the instruction that was given to me by the leadership of the media department. That is why he said, if you want to talk about anybody that is a member of this the principal officer, member of director of state, you don't say it on Biafra television. I said, okay. I removed myself there. Are you listening to me, Biafrans? I removed myself there. I don't lie to you. If I lie, let them come and challenge it. If I lie, let them come and challenge it. I did that program. I removed the channel from the platform which I'm using to broadcast. And they say, in a new PC. And what I was doing was a just cause that I was fighting for the people in the bushes. I was fighting for their money to be released to them. But you are still here watching me. You are still here listening to me. That is to tell you how consistent I am. For the fact that my admin right on Biafra television, when after I removed myself, was, withdrawn. Did you hear me come here to castigate Biafra television? Did you hear me come here to castigate anybody? No, I did not. So the issue of command and control is what I want to touch deeply right now. Any member of the Directorate of States that is trying to use command and control to ride over anybody or to tell you to go and do what you are not supposed to do, you have your right. I repeat, you have your own right to say no. It is your own right. It is your own opinion. If somebody want to use command and control because he's a principal officer or a coordinator, and he want to use command and control to send you to go and die, you tell the person, I'm not going to die. Or to tell you to go and do something that you don't want to do, you say no, you're not going to do it. But not something that has to do with the struggle, to the positive side of it. Yes, I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm saying. I know what I am saying. I cannot be coward to do things that will please one person against the struggle of 70-something million people. I can't do that. Nobody can carry me to say, now, I want you to go and do this, or go and do this, go and say this, go and say that. No, you can't send me to go and say what I don't want to say. The command and control that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu instituted does not say you should go and dip your hand into a fire when somebody asks you to do that for his own personal interests. No. For his own personal interest, though. For example, if somebody is fighting with me, and you were asked to go and kill that person, you will go, right? It is wrong. Excuse me, 1 minute. Yes, I'm back once again. Sorry for that interruption, my brothers and my sisters. My name remembers became. I'm very, very sorry for that interruption. We are here that Biafra may come. So, talking about the issue of command and control, my brothers and my sisters, don't allow any coordinator, out of his own personal interest, not for the interest of the struggle, send you to do something that you don't want to do. Are you listening to me? The command and control implies in doing the right thing according to the code of conduct of the struggle, not in the personal interest of your superior officers. Okay? Not to the personal interest of your coordinator. No. Not to the personal interest of your whoever it may be. No. If anybody is having issue with anybody, don't take side. Stand on the truth. Say it the way it is. Don't allow them to use command and control to come and confuse you and twist your brain. Because the command and control that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu put on the ground in the struggle is meant for the struggle, to protect the struggle and make sure that the struggle is, working accordingly. Are you listening to me? Are you with me? Yes. It is not a command and control that if you have issue with somebody, then you tell somebody to go and harm that person or to go and do something wrong because you're having personal issue with that person. That is not command and control. That is personal beef. Maybe a member of your zone is against somebody. Then instead of you, oh my God, instead of you to deal with that person one-on-one, you are asking someone to go and fight that person. That is rubbish. That is arrant nonsense. The command and control that I know is effective, very, very, very effective in the structure of IPOB and code of conduct. Not in the personal interest of anyone. 1 minute, please. Sorry, Biafrans. It is an important call that I have to answer. Like I was saying before, I was really interrupted by this call that came in, though it's an important call. Please, we must all do one thing, to follow those that knows roads, to follow the structure that Mazi kept on the ground before he left, to follow the most powerful authority that is leading us, and that is DOS. Their order is the final. But don't obey any command and control from anybody for his personal interest. I am saying it. You can gossip with me, you can fight with me, you can use my name for anything. Any personal order with the name of command and control should not be listened to. You shouldn't. I have my reasons why I'm saying this. Because so many people that, because Mazi and Kanu have said that whatever your coordinator ask you to do, you should do it. Doesn't mean that it is when the coordinator asks you to go and carry somebody's wife, you should go and carry the person's wife. Not when your coordinator asks you to go and steal, you should go and steal. Not when your coordinator say go and jump into trailer, go and jump into trailer. You use your discretion, use your brain. It is in the struggle, in the structure of IPOB. Whatever they ask you to do, you do it. You understand what I'm saying? In the structure, in the coordinating unit, in the zona, what they ask you to do, so far it is going to help to bring this struggle to where we want it to be. Then you follow up. That is the structure of command and control that Mazi and Kanu left behind. Not when somebody is having problem with you, you come here, you come and see because of command and control. You tell the person to go and do something that is not supposed to be done. No, I won't take such command and control. You are not paying my bills. You are not feeding me. The people you are giving this, your personal command and control, is not who they are. Human beings. They are not animals. They are fathers. They are mothers. They have children. They have family that they are taking care of. Okay? So you will not use your personal interest to command them and control them. The command and control is supposed to be in line with code of conduct of IPOB. Then everybody will respect it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That is all I want you to understand about this topic that I'm treating this morning. Chukwu Okike is our God, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. We are going home. Biafra restoration is sure. Very, very, very soon, all of us will be in Biafra. Very, very, very soon, we will have our own nation that we are clamoring for, that we are fighting for. I only have 30 minutes to answer a few calls. Just 30 minutes. I'll answer a few calls, then I'll call the program off. My name remembers became Biafra. That is me. And I am here to let the whole world know that I am solidly, gallantly standing with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the structure he left behind, which is the Directorate of State, led by Mazi Chike. No other command, no other structure, no other order, but only Directorate of State, DOS. That is where my allegiance goes to. That is where my respect goes to. But I hasten to add that if any member of the Directorate of State, out of his own personal interests, not for the interest of the struggle, want to give me command and control, I will not listen to it. That is me. When you give me command and control, let it be in line with the code of conduct of the struggle. I will obey you. I will do it. But once it goes against my wish, which is serving your own personal interest, I will not. because IPOB was built on the foundation of truth. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that did that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the one that laid that foundation of truth in IPOB. So you trying to dance Kelewu against the structure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu build, you are doing it at your own peril. You are doing it at your own peril. You open up because blood have been shed on this struggle. Men have been killed, women have died, children have been killed, communities have been bombed. And you want to use your personal interest to twist things and make it suit you because you think you are in a position to do so. People like me will not obey that. I respect and love each and every one of you that are watching this program. Those of you that knows the truth and follow the truth. I respect all of you. And I respect Mazi Chikedozie. The advice I'm giving to him is to take the right direction at the right time. Because delay at times is dangerous. Ndiba iswe na meme ngwa ngwa emega de odachi.